chapter. And today's video is the 2022 Read Your Bookshelves Challenge hosted by Chantal over at Chantal Reads All Day. And I have a stack of books here. This is 12 prompts, one for each month. And, well, I like options. I learned I am a mood reader. Okay, if you don't know, I am a mom of 5, and I have one kid doing chores, and he watches Chicago Fire while doing that. And I have other little kids helping out with the kids that I babysit. So it's a full house over here. Alright, so I learned that I like options. I didn't know that this is a thing until Mood Read May. Mood reading in May or something like that. May mood reading. I don't know. Whatever it was called. And I was like, oh, not everybody does this. I do. That's why I have a lot of DNFs or things that I'll go back to later on, but I'm just not in the mood for it right now. So I have some options. I wrote down what I think I'm going to do, but I'm going to share with you a couple other things. The first one I have is Everything She Didn't Say by Jane Kirkpatrick. And this is, in 1911, Carrie Strawhorn wrote a memoir sharing some of the most exciting events of the 25 years of shaping the American West with her husband, railroad promoter, and writer Robert Stanhorn. Nearly 10 years later, she's finally ready to reveal the secrets she hadn't told anyone, even herself. Out of the Silent Planet by C.S. Lewis. This is the only book I have in here, and this is C.S. Lewis's sci-fi, and I'm not sure I'll like it. I don't typically like sci-fi, but I want to give it a go. So we'll see what that one does. So that one also goes with February. Love in the title. 2 options for this. No, I have 3 options for this one, and this one is No Greater Love by Kathy Macias. She does a really good job of putting some harsh truths in some Christian fiction. This one is published by Thomas Nelson. This is Love, Charleston. Anne Brumley has long dreamed of love while ringing the bells of St. Michael's, but those dreams are beginning to fade. Her sister Alicia and cousin Della encourage the 36-year-old to move somewhere new for a fresh start. Family, friendship, and faith converge in a beautiful story about how God transforming love works in the holy city of Charleston. So there's that one, and then this one is probably going to be the pick. This is The Love Note by Joanna Davidson Politano, and I have a number of her books, and I have been wanting to pick them up and read them. I think she's going to be one that I really like. I think I would put her up with like Julie Clausen. I think that we're going to have a lot of similarities. So this one is A Forgotten Letter, A Secret Love, A Vast Estate. Can one determined woman put the pieces together? And focus on career in medicine, not romance. Willa Duvall is thrown slightly off course during the summer of 1865 when she discovers a never-opened love letter in the crack of her old writing desk. Oh my goodness. Okay, so way back when, there was this Hallmark movie, and I loved it so much, and it was called The Love Letter. And it's about this Civil War buff who finds this antique writing desk, and he finds this old letter in it, and he, you know, out of whim, just decides it would be fun to write this woman back in the Civil War a letter. And he goes into this vintage post office that was around during the time and posts the letter. And she gets it. Like, it travels back in time. And it was, I loved that movie so much. And oh my goodness, I'm like, okay, this is the one that's going to happen. Because I loved that movie so much growing up. I didn't even read the back. I just picked this up because I was like, oh, I'll get into this gal. And now I'm intrigued. I'm so intrigued. So there was 3 options for that if you're looking for books to read. Again, I like to have options. Options. March, Growth. And I have, I'm on the review team for this series coming up. So I'm like, well, I should probably read books 1 through 4 first. I have them all. So these are called the Tree of Life series, and this is for the prompt growth. So I have between now and March to try to get all these done so I can get the 5th one posted, which I think it's April when I'm supposed to put that up on my blog. So that'll be kind of like a, hey, come on, get your booty in gear, girl. Okay, April, your initials in the title. Holy macaroni, this was hard. My initials are C-K-N and C-K-N. So this is one that I've been wanting to read. I don't know if it'll last all the way till April, but this is an option, and which I think is very funny. My initials in my birth month. So this one's nickel and dimed on not getting by in America. So there's that one. I also have an option of The Secrets of Paper and Ink by Lindsay Harrell. So this is another one that I've been wanting to read. And as a counselor, Sophia Barrett is trained to help people cope with their burdens, but when she meets a new patient whose troubles mirror her own, she realizes she hasn't dealt with the pain of her recent past. After making a snap decision to get away for the summer, Sophia moves overseas to an apartment above a charming bookstore in Cornwall, England. She is sure she will feel at home there, surrounded by her favorite thing, great literature. And bookstore owner Ginny Rose is desperate to save her business without asking for help from a husband who's decided to take a break from their marriage. Then they're going to find a notebook that contains journal entries from a governess who lived in Cornwall more than 150 years ago, and these two women are kind of entwined in that. So these are my 2 options for April. May, a new to you author. So I've had this one on my I want to read forever, and I think I picked this up at Book Outlet. Okay, I don't like it when it does this. Like, why can't you just do another little bit over, but whatever. And I do love that cover. That is really pretty. But never read anything by Kathleen Kent. I think this is her debut novel. In 1752, Sarah Carrier Chapman, weakened with infirmity, writes a letter to her granddaughter, revealing the secrets she has closely guarded for 6 decades. Her story begins more than a year before the Salem witch trials, when 9-year-old Sarah and her family arrived in New England community already gripped by superstition and fear. As they witness neighbor pitted against neighbor, friend against friend, hysteria escalates until more than 200 men, women, and children have been swept into prison. Among them is Sarah's mother, Martha Carrier. In an attempt to protect her children, Martha asks Sarah to commit an act of heresy, a lie that will most surely condemn Martha, even as it will save her daughter. So that's been one I've been wanting to read forever, and it's a new author, so let's make this happen in 2022. This is also another option for a book by an author I've never read, The Painted Castle by Christy Cambron. And this has to do with an art historian dealing with to authenticate a painting of Queen Victoria at centuries-old East Suffolk Manor. And I think there's dual timelines or triple timelines. Yeah, set in 3 timelines. That was another option for new author. I've never read anything of hers, but again, one that I've been collecting of. Okay, June. A book on the cover. Okay, so the only book that I could find with, the only book I could find with a book on the cover, I have The Librarian of Auschwitz also to read, and I think she's standing on a stack of books, but I can't find it. I think my daughter put it somewhere. So that was another option. This one is the Book of Lost Names. A heart-stopping tale of survival and heroism centered on a female forger who risks everything to help Jewish children escape Nazi-occupied France. So there is that one. I have books with a book theme. Like there's the Librarian of Auschwitz. There's the there's another one. Guys, turn it down. I have another one. I have like a couple other ones that have like book themed, but they don't actually have a book on the cover. Okay, a book you have been putting off, and that's for July. So I actually have two. Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee. One I've been wanting to read for a while. I don't know if I'm going to like it. I think it's going to be very dry. Anyway, that's one. And Bird Box is another one. I can't decide if this is going to creep me out too much. I've seen Hitchcock's The Birds. I would rather not relive that moment. So, I don't know. We'll see. I've heard that I would like this. I just don't know. I don't know. So that's July. August. A body part in the title. We also have Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee. And the other one I could find was Till We Have Faces by C.S. Lewis. And that's all I could find. Couldn't find anything with eyes. Anything. No. So that one was a little difficult. I found that one. And again, Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee is also another one. It has heart. Okay, September. A collection. So I have Agatha Christie's Witness for the Prosecution, because Witness for the Prosecution is only like 26 pages. The movie is really good. But this one has multiple short stories of hers in it. So I was like, we need Agatha Christie in here. So I grabbed that one. And then October has Secret in the title, which again we could do The Secrets of Paper and Ink, or Secrets of a Charmed Life by Susan Meisner. I figured we needed a Susan Meisner in here. And this one is dual timeline. She likes to do that. And this one is present day Oxford, England. Young American scholar Kendra Van Zandt, eager to pursue her vision of a perfect life, interviews Isabel McFarland just when the elderly woman is ready to give up secrets about the war she has kept for decades, beginning with who she really is. What Kendra receives from Isabel is both a gift and a burden, one that will test her convictions and her heart. 1940 England. As Hitler wages unprecedented war against London's civilization population, more than 1 million children are evacuated to foster homes in rural countryside. But even as 15-year-old Emily Downtree and her much younger sister Julia find refuge in a charming Cotswold cottage, Emmy's burning ambition to return to the city and apprentice with the fashion designer pits her against Julia's profound need for her sister's presence. Acting at cross purposes just as the Luftwaffe rains down its terrible destruction, the sisters are cruelly separated and their lives transformed. Okay, November, a cozy or nostalgic. There's the Book of Hours. This one is after his wife's death, Brian Blackstone's days and hours have become a meaningless blur. But now recovering from a tropical fever, he finally arrives in the English village of Knightsbridge to confront the inheritance he doesn't want to claim. His wife had insisted that Castle Keep was a place of enchantment and urged him to hold onto the crumbling property. Impoverished and alone, Brian feels only despair of trying to honor her dying wish. Then a mysterious letter sends Brian on a search to find the secrets of the ancient estate. And so on. That one right there. Alright. December, a mostly white cover. I have two options, and both are nonfiction. Nothing to Envy, Ordinary Lives in Northern Korea, and Gods at War, Defeating the Idols that Battle for Your Heart. So these are my two options for December, and there is the books that I have as ideas on the Read Your Bookshelf challenge. Okay, Mom is needed. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. I'll leave Chantal's video down below. I know several of us are jumping in on this, and I know that Shatona Havoc is also doing like this short story collection that kind of fits prompts along with that in somehow, some way. So she takes like the prompts and is writing like these short stories to go with it. So cool. All the details are down below. And well, until next time, have another cup of coffee. I need one. And read another chapter, which sounds like a really good idea.